Hi there guys, it's Mike from MCQBushcraft here, and this is Megan, my wife.
Hey everyone!
Haven't officially introduced her on video, but you may have seen her in other videos on the channel. We go out and do quite a bit of wild camping together. And we've been sponsored to come out here. We're in northern Sweden, in Lapland. As I mentioned on the update video on the channel, that we'd be coming out here for 2 weeks. Basically doing things like fishing, we might get to do a bit of hunting, doing lots of wild camping and hiking, just experiencing a lot of the wilderness areas that are around here. But Megan's having a bit of trouble with her gear. Megan's quite experienced. I shouldn't knock her down too much. She does a lot of hill walking, a lot of climbing, lots of cross-country running, so she does a lot of activities outside, but she doesn't do a massive amount of bushcraft and sort of carrying gear like this and that sort of thing in that context. So I thought I'd do a video just helping her out with her gear. I'm going to take my kit apart, she's going to take her kit apart. We're just going to show you the kind of gear we're carrying for this trip, and just kind of get ready really for the expeditions to come over the next 2 weeks. Okay, so I'll show you my gear first, and Megan's seen it before, but it'll probably just give a good breakdown of the kind of kit I've got here. And I've done videos previously on the channel, one very recently of how my gear is set up, so this will probably be very familiar for people, but I do have other things in here like food and clothing. One thing I've got on the bottom of the pack is a really large Dutch Army roll mat, a foam one, and I really like these. I mean, I always use a foam roll mat. I have used inflatable ones in the past, but I'm not mad on them, and you can get really good technology out there, but I just prefer the simple bomb-proof stuff, and it's very light as well, and this is a 2 centimetre thick one. How do you feel about this, Meg?
Not really a big fan, to be honest. It's very bulky and I'm not used to it. My other mat was probably about this big, so yeah, we'll see how we go.
Meg listened
I might be
to
converted.
me. Yeah, I sort of tried to sell you on it before we came out here and said just stick with the bomb-proof stuff. It was only really because you mentioned that yours was deflating on you.
Yeah, it was.
And you'd wake up and your back was cold and stuff, so something like this doesn't do that, but
No.
the disadvantage is its size. It's really bulky, but at least it's light. So that's on the bottom, and that's where it generally lives on my pack, and Meg's managed to put hers on the bottom of her pack as well. But on this side here I have medical and hygiene. I do have some extra medical gear in there that I don't normally carry because we're out in sort of remote areas, and it's just sensible to do that. I also have my cook kit in this side as well, which I've shown in other videos, and it's a very basic cook kit, just a steel canteen that can be used for water and boiling and such. But inside the pack I'm able to have my sleeping bag in here because we're only out for a couple of nights, so clothing and all that sort of thing and food is at a minimum. And this is my new sleeping bag. It's a synthetic bag. I'm not really a fan of down because I'm quite a humid sleeper, but it's a Mountain Hardware synthetic bag. It's the Laminar Flame, I believe it's called, and it goes down to -6, so quite a compact bag with an Ortlieb dry bag. Megan's got something similar, although you use a down bag, don't you? You prefer down. Brought a tarp just in case, you never really know, so got a 3x3 there from DD. Do have a bit of food, porridge, things like flour for making bread, a bit of hot chocolate, and there's loads of wild berries around, so we'll probably include a lot of that in our cooking while we're out here. Things like extremities. So I've got extremities, do have a towel as well, can be used as a scarf or as a pillow, and I've got clothing just in this bag here. To be all honest with you, I wouldn't really bring this amount of clothing out with me just for one night, unless I was on a canoe or something and there was a chance of getting wet and carrying spares, or the weather was really bad. That's the thermal side, and that's probably all I'd bring with me for later on tonight. This is a t-shirt, underwear, socks, like a change of clothes really that are in direct contact with your body, and I usually rotate those every couple of days. But because I'm doing a clothing video later on, I had to bring it out with me because I didn't fancy stripping off to show all my gear. But I got a new jacket as well. This is a Ridgeline Bushmaster, brilliant jacket, and it goes over the top of my Swandry bush smock as well, which I was really happy with. So got some waterproofs, and obviously adds a degree of thermal protection. and then a bivvy bag, same bivvy bag that you've got, military bivvy bag, and there is a dry sack that can line the inside of this. If we get on the canoe or something, you can put all your stuff, all your clothing inside it, all your sleep gear, in case it does go under. So that's really my kit. One thing I forgot to mention as well is I've got an axe on the back there too, and I haven't really covered kit that's on me. I have my knife here, got the Fieldmaster knife, I've got a ferrocerium rod, a little knife sharpening kit, some cordage and a Bacca Laplander saw. So these are all things you've seen before that I carry, but let's have a look at your gear, Meg.
Okay.
Let's see, be honest, say what you're not happy with.
Right. So I've got the same roll mat as you, the big chunky one. And then I've got a first aid kit on the side here. I don't know if you feel we should have 2 first aid kits or if we should just keep it down to 1.
I think if we were going to split up and do different things, then definitely, but we'll probably be together a lot of the time. I mean, it's not really a lot of weight,
No, it's just a
so
pocket
it's
first
probably
aid.
worth just hanging on to it in case
Okay.
it's got something in that mine doesn't.
Okay. And then in here I've got a down sleeping bag in the same dry as yours.
Same Ortlieb bag.
Yeah.
So what, you don't know what sleeping bag? It's a down bag, isn't it?
Yes, it's a down
Minus
bag.
7 from memory. Yeah.
-7. Yeah, I took this to Norway with us, so and that did me really well. I like being snuggly at night. Okay, and then inside the bag I have my very important toiletry bag.
Okay. Yep. So that's your personal toiletry
Yeah.
bag. Yep.
I have some flour.
Cool. For bread.
Yeah. A nice warm fleece to keep me warm.
So that's like in sort of mid layer, like sort of like what I'm wearing,
Yeah.
really.
I've not got anything under my jacket at the moment.
So you've just got a t-shirt on underneath. Okay. So that's your second layer.
Yeah. Got my military bivvy.
Okay. Cool. Yep.
Got a pair of socks.
Nice. For bed.
Yeah. Snood.
Okay. Just a little scarf.
A Life Venture travel towel.
Okay. Just a towel for like hygiene then.
I've also got my bladder in here, which I don't know if you can see that, guys, but
Got a couple of litres in there. haven't
2
you?
litres, yeah.
Okay.
2 litres. I've got some baby wipes for
Right.
hygiene.
Okay.
Pan. for
Titanium
cooking.
pan, the famous pan.
Yeah.
It's done quite a lot, that has.
Some food, so porridge oats.
So that's your breakfast basically,
Yeah.
and just, if you want a snack.
And some hot chocolate sachets for when
For
we
tonight.
need some sugar.
Awesome.
I've lost my spork, guys, so I had to bring
it
some
is.
actual cutlery with me.
I forgot about that. I
Yeah,
was going to get you one, wasn't I?
yeah.
Never mind.
And then I've also got another
Oh right, okay. So you've
snuggly
got another
gilet.
layer. So this is like a gilet style
Yeah,
thing. Okay.
just to keep
Yeah.
me warm. So
Looks really warm. That does.
yeah, and then I've just got some thermal.
Okay. So
Layers.
that's
I've got
yeah.
two.
These are quite
I've
thin, but
got 2 thermal t-shirts on already. That's
Have
kind
you?
of just an additional
additional
wicking
layer.
layer,
Okay.
and these are thermal leggings.
Okay.
Okay, so that's everything from my main.
What about on the sides then?
On the side I have a waterproof jacket.
Oh, that's useful. Yeah. So it's really easy to access.
Yeah, easy access for
Okay. So you've
a
got another
waterproof
jacket.
Yeah, so this is water resistant.
And you've got 2 jackets.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Yeah. You don't really need 2 jackets.
No. And then on this side I've got my canteen and my mug set, which
Right. Okay. Yeah.
you lent me.
Yeah. That's the cylindrical Nalgene style. Yeah, that's good. I mean, that'll be useful. I don't know whether we need it, but we'll have a look at everything afterwards.
Yeah.
Just keep going.
Okay, and then also got my saw, which isn't on my belt yet.
Back a Laplander, yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just a head mount for the
Oh, that's the
GoPro.
GoPro stuff, yeah, that's okay.
And also a selfie stick, so
That's GoPro stuff
that's
too.
GoPro stuff too. So that's pretty much it, to be
No
honest.
axe, nothing like that?
No, I didn't
Saw?
bring an axe.
Didn't bring an axe, okay, that's
got
good.
a cookser,
Got a cookser, okay.
which was
That was
very,
given to us
very
by
nicely given to us.
by Christian from Husky Kennel Lapland. Yeah, he made some cooksters for us.
Got my torch.
Oh, you got a head torch, good, yeah. Gonna need that.
And then I've got my extremities as well. So I've got my snood out already. This is another snood, but it doubles up as a hat.
2 snoods.
It doubles up as a hat.
Okay.
And and I've got some seal
Got some
skins.
nice better gloves than me.
which
Seal
are
skins.
Lovely.
Yeah, those are brilliant. Well
I
done.
get on very well with those.
So is that everything? What about on you?
On me. So I've got my fire steel, which you made for me.
Yep.
Which is very nice. Got the
You've got the Fieldmaster prototype. Slightly smaller handle, but it fits you really well, doesn't it?
Perfect for
So
me.
it's good for you.
My smaller hands. So that's that.
What about in your pockets? Anything?
Yeah. So in my pocket I've got a
Trail bar. Cool. All right. So
that's pretty much it.
let's have a look at some of this gear then, and we'll just take a few things out that you don't need.
Okay.
Right, so Meg's showing her gear. You've got a good idea of mine. Things that you definitely want are pretty obvious. You want a torch. You've got some spare batteries, haven't you?
Mm-hmm.
They're in your med kit, aren't they?
They're in my.
Oh, they're in your sort of
Lovely,
sanitary bag.
yeah.
Okay. Sealskin gloves, great. Spare socks, brilliant. Yeah, the sanitary bag, that's your personal bag. The snood's good. You want to keep your neck warm, neck and head and hands and your feet and your core. So, these are really warm. I've got one in my bag, and I definitely carry that. This other one, where do you envision that coming in the?
Well, this is for a hat. So
So that is your hat.
as you know, snoods they can double up into hats as well.
So this is actually your hat then,
this is
really?
actually my hat.
Right. Okay. All right. So I stand corrected.
Yeah, so
I thought you might have a hat, but you
I did have one, but it was I have a tiny head, and basically it covered my eyes all the time, and I got quite frustrated with it.
Okay.
So
Well, that's fine then. Yeah,
I've
it
got a
doesn't
snood-
weigh a lot anyway.
snood
It's just sometimes it's nice to cut down on clutter. But the backhoe, why not? I mean, we can both process wood at the same time. Having another jacket. So you've got 2 jackets. This does compress down really small, but you could just wear this. You could just get rid of that. The thing is that as nice as that jacket is, it is a really good jacket, and it does bead off the water, but this will give you more than that jacket will, because this repels water 100% and is breathable. So this could be your outer shell, and then you have your layers underneath that will give you your thermal ability, and this will obviously block the wind completely as well. But that's a nice jacket, and really nice jacket. I really like it. It's I think it's the new Fjallraven Hunter gear, sort of all flexible and
the,
elasticated, and
Lapland hybrid.
that's right, Lapland hybrid. So I'm just saying you could ditch that. I don't know how well that will compress, but it won't. I don't think it will compress as small as that. So that's just something really that you could do. You've got 2 intermediate layers here. If you feel the cold, then why not? I suppose the other thing you could have done, instead of having another one of these, is this could have been thicker, because this is actually like a sports top that's really thin for wicking. It's not got a lot of thermal capability. It's not that thick. If you had like a thermal underlayer like that, then that probably would have assisted more, and that's pretty good, because that will take the cold off your legs. Having those leggings underneath there tonight will really help you. But there's not a lot you can do about that now, because we're here. But I mean, if you wanted to cut down on bulk, it depends. Do you feel the cold a lot? You do,
yeah,
don't you?
I do. I would
Yeah.
quite like to put one of these on now, actually. So I'll take that brown
Don't
one.
think you can. No.
Take the brown one, please. Thank you.
Okay.
I'll put that one on now.
I mean, that is
that'll
really
just be-
nice. I mean, I might nick that as a pillow later on. It's so comfortable. That would be an amazing pillow, actually.
That was
So
another idea I had.
I don't think there's too much wrong with your gear, really.
Do you think I would need a towel for one night? In reality,
Not tonight. We'll
you
share
know,
one.
we're not
But I mean,
going
that's not a lot of weight either. I mean, I think the thing is when you have a lot of things that don't weigh a lot, they start to weigh something. But in your case, there's not actually a lot you can do without. I mean, you know, you've got all the sort of basics covered, and you know, you've got your gear on your belt. You've got good clothing and thermal gear, which is the most important thing. It's all about insulation at the end of the day. I mean, the entirety of my pack is devoted to sleeping gear and clothing. You know, that's what it's all about. So, and the rest is just kind of a few tools here and there to process the natural materials around you. And there's plenty to use. We'll have no trouble with anything out here, I don't think. It's just really, really rich environment. This is your personal stuff. I mean, that's got quite a lot of weight to it, because obviously it's full of water. But you know, if you want that, then again, you know, that's a luxury that you might want. And you've got a sort of frying pan here. I mean, that's just, you know, there's not a lot you can do about that now.
No.
You probably don't need the fork. I'd probably just go with the spoon. But
So maybe in the future, do you think I should get some Ziploc bags
Yeah,
and dispense a couple?
Yeah, definitely.
And not bring the whole 64 fragrance-free.
I don't think you'll
box?
need 64
No.
unless there's something you're not telling me. But I mean, that as well. I've got one, haven't I?
Yeah.
In my bag. So, do you need that? You've got a Camelback. I mean, you've got a mug inside here that you'll be drinking out of, that you'll be eating out of. You've got a cookser, so you could sort of have a small drink out of that all the time. So that is quite a lot of weight, really. And when it's full of water, it'll be even heavier. You don't really need that.
Okay.
So I mean, I'd probably ditch the fork. You're not going to need a fork. You know, just the kind of meals we'll be eating with our hands. There'll be things like bread that we're making, pancakes.
Yeah.
You know, we'll be cooking various things up like fish, and you can do all that with your hands and with a spoon. So I wouldn't worry too much about that. I mean, this here, the thing about this is if you ditch this, what can happen is this can start to become a food container for when you're travelling, because you've got the Camelback, which is full of water when you're on the trail. So this here, you know,
So
you
I could put
get
these in there, maybe.
exactly, yeah. You start to use it as a space saver. Put your spoon in there too. This flour could have gone in there if we'd had a better bag to put it in, which we don't.
Yeah.
This is why it's in there, because we don't have a very good Ziploc bag for it, but that would compress in there. And then you've got a decent sort of array of food for this evening. And this can be ditched, and you've suddenly condensed that down and consolidated all that space, and you know, you've cut down on a bit of weight as well. You don't really need that stuff. You probably want to put those in a Ziploc bag, and then you could have cut down on that too. That's probably it, really.
So I haven't done too badly then.
No, it's fine. It's, you know, I know you saying you weren't 100% happy with it, but I don't think there's a lot wrong with it at all.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just some of the bits of clothing could have
Been better.
if that was a nice thick thermal layer, and that was a bit thicker, I think you could have ditched like a bit more in the layer capacity and made the layers work together better.
Okay, well I do have a thicker thermal layer that I can take out for our other expeditions, so I think I'll
There you go.
rectify that when we get back to base camp.
Yeah, cool. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. Really just a little bit on the kind of gear that we've got, and just sort of helping Meg out with her kit a bit. I don't really think there's anything too wrong with it. It's just a few things that could be taken out, but that's because there's two of us, not just one of us. It was just her, and you could really put some of that kit back in. But hope you liked the video, hope it helped out. Just a bit of an oversight of our gear before we get into the kind of real trekking that while we're out here. And yeah, we'll see you again in another video. Yeah, thanks again, guys.
See
Take
you
care.
later, guys.